Only a few customers were able to resist the alluring physique of Ifedioku, the clothes seller. Every top management staff in the corporate world who resided in Benin City had encountered the breathtaking, beautiful Ifedioku. Apart from her physical attractiveness, she sold the highest grade of corporate wares, which she often brought to the doorsteps of bankers, insurance staffers, media executives, professionals like medical doctors, lawyers, estate managers, surveyors, and transport managers. Ifedioku conveyed her wares through her Toyota Sienna vehicle. Ifedioku carried herself with this self-assured confidence that melted the hearts of her secret admirers, and she had them in abundance. Most men who patronized her did so with one intention: to have carnal knowledge of her. Ifedioku was astoundingly generous in that aspect, especially to big corporate leaders who bought clothes in 6 figures and even asked her to supply them, paying them in advance. Ifedioku loved money and her business. All her goods were imported into the country. Hardly had she spent a month without exhausting her goods. She was constantly traveling abroad to get her customers the best quality products. But she did not start this big. In fact, Ifedioku was brought to Benin by her childhood acquaintance, Ikechukwu, who was being trained in the art of salesmanship at Undukwe Electronics Limited. Each time Ike, as he was popularly called in Benin City, visited Onitsha to see his parents, he would encourage Ifedioku to be patient and he would take her to Benin. Their friendship was pure and honest. They both had a burning desire for success. Ifedioku loved education, but Ike preferred business. 2 years had passed when Ifedioku joined Ike in Benin. It was a remarkable experience. Both of them were regarded as brother and sister. Ifedioku shared Ike's one room with him, and they slept on the same mattress, which occupied more than half of the small room. Ife, please manage this place with me. Soon, Chineke will provide for us, and we will move to a bigger house, he spoke convincingly. It is okay. I'm happy to be in Benin. I'm here to acquire education and learn a trade. I don't mind what it takes, she replied him. Their friendship continued for 6 months when other boys began to notice the extremely beautiful figure of Ifedioku, the new girl in town. She mesmerized the men and dazzled the onlookers in their neighborhood. When Ifedioku got admission into the College of Education, Ekiadolo, some kilometers away from Benin City, Ike was excited for her because she was near fulfilling her dream. Ike was her sponsor. Everything she needed was provided for her by her best friend. Ifedioku had lost her parents when she was much younger. She had to contend with hanging around Ikechukwu and his parents for survival. And that was why she never wanted to leave Ike's presence. In fact, the 2 years Ike stayed in Benin were the cruelest for her. School was a different world. The academic rigors were too much for her to cope with. In the first year, Ifedioku dropped out of school. She returned home to Ike defeated. It was as if her world had collapsed. Her dream was cut short before her very eyes. Ike returned home to meet Ifedioku. This shocked him to his marrow. "Ife, why are you home? You didn't tell me you were coming this soon. Anything the matter?" Streams of questions flowed in her direction. She stared into the vacant space, unable to pull herself together to take up the challenge to answer the questions. "Don't say anything. No matter what, I'm glad you're back. I have good news for you," Ike told her. She brightened up a little. "What is the good news?" "First, not in this mood of yours. Get up and let us go and get some food and drinks, okay?" he said. She protested. "What is the occasion?" That evening was very special to both of them. They were at Sinosure Restaurant and Bar. They spent the night talking, and Ifedioku confided in Ike that she had been asked to withdraw from the college. Ike laughed uncontrollably. He said, "Whose school help?" He joked about it. He held her arm and said, "My sister, if school does not work for you, you can join me in business." Ike offered to give her all his life savings to assist Ifedioku to succeed. "Ife, business is your thing. You possess the fierceness and shrewdness that successful businesswomen take to succeed. I swear, I can give you my life to succeed. Ifedioku, do everything to succeed," he said, as if he was going to die that night. "Ifedioku, I have made some good money. I have opened an account in your name in the sum of 20 million naira for your business," he added. He suddenly changed his mood. He held her hand and looked into her eyes with a cheerful face. "Ifedioku, I have offended you," he said calmly. The night was cold and unfriendly, with the wind threatening to blow off the roof from the restaurant. "Ifedioku, I want you to forgive me." "I forgive you, Ike. What is it?" "You are making me afraid." She said this emotionally. His eyes were red with wine. Ike was not a heavy drinker, but that night he exceeded his normal gauge. As they spoke, two boys walked up to where they sat and pulled a pistol and shot Ike in the head twice. Ike fell to the ground and blood gushed out like a burst pipe. The boys did not run. They walked out of the restaurant into a waiting car parked outside. Those were the boys of Alhaji Thunder, the street sultan. He was the most deadly cultist in Benin. Rumor had it that Ikechukwu had joined the Black Monsters cult, the rival cult to the Sword Bearers. Alhaji Thunder was the head of the Sword Bearers cult in Benin. Its slogan was "No Mercy." Apart from being a member, Ikechukwu had double-crossed Emeka in a business worth 200 million. In his anger, Emeka paid Alhaji Thunder to help him eliminate Ikechukwu.